Because I've got you, I've got you. You're looking at the stars and you feel it in your heart.
We're here with Kath Paul-Freeman, who's the PR manager at Nandos. We've got a few questions coming your way.
First of all, thank you so much for providing lunch to everyone here on set.
Pleasure, absolute pleasure for us.
Hey, first question kicking us off is, why Nandos and music?
I guess two things. First of all, like, you eat with all five senses, so you're never not going to go into a nice restaurant and hear the music. And the second thing is we're a purpose-led brand, so we're still owned by our original founders, and they believe that you can make a business, make money and also make the world a better place. So our thing is all about changing lives. So if you go into our restaurants, we've got original art on the walls, and music is another area where we think we can give a hand up. And most of the artists are our target customer anyway, and they're already eating with us, so why not support them?
Oh, I can't believe that's still with the original founders.
Yeah.
And when did that start?
We're nearly 40 years old, so 1987, or hang on, is that over? don't ask me the maths.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
We'll go with it.
So, we're nearly 40 years old in Australia, that's right. So, South African brand, two guys, they all walked into a shop, loved it, thought it was amazing, bought the shop and created a brand.
Do you have any tips for brands who want to work with artists?
Yeah, look, I think, we've been doing this globally for a period of time. In Australia, we've been doing it for about 6 years. And I think my biggest tip is, if you're going to get invested for the long term. It's not put the money in, get a kickback and leave. For us, and I can only speak from my experience, but for us, we've really made an effort to work from the ground up. So we haven't gone in thinking of the biggest artist with the brightest lights. We're also thinking of grassroots. It's a great opportunity to get those young people sort of working with the brand and see what a good relationship with the brand can be. And really just, work with them. It's when we get a mention, it's amazing, but we're also there to help this artist with their career. So it has to be a partnership, a true partnership.
Well, how do those relationships evolve? So, how do you typically work with artists?
All through relationship building. So, as I said, if you're going to get invested, get invested. So it's networking, it's going out. I never say no. So, someone will be like, oh, I've got this artist, they're up and coming, we've just signed them, or they're unsigned or whatever, can you feed them? That's a great way for us to help them with their career. When we pay for the food, it means that they can put the money into something else. They can spend that on studio time or whatever. And we're not only helping people on tour, we're also helping them just, with their day-to-day living as well. So
what about the roster in terms of the up-and-coming artists? Do you have the well-established artists as well? Do you having all sort of types of artists, or is it just mainly the ones coming up?
All sorts of artists, and again for us, it's about the artists that want to work with us as well. So, we don't look at the biggest person and say, let's try and get some Nandos in their hands, and that's how you build that authenticity. It has to be, a mutual relationship.
Have you had any fun ones that have stood out? For your time working with Nandos?
Heaps. So I guess, again, for Nandos, I'm the brand ambassador, so I will walk into the room and you get, hey, Kath from Nandos. And so I look for people that want to have fun like I want to have fun. So you can't kiss and tell, can you?
Does it make it easier though when you're coming in with Nandos? Because everyone's like, Nandos, come on.
Oh, yeah. I joke that I would actually love to, and we're not going to do it and no one get ideas to do this, but I would love to see how many places I can walk through security by carrying boxes of Nandos and just see where you get to. But it is great to work with artists, and we don't stick to one genre. We go across the board because it's not about the music I like, it's about the business, the artists and what they're trying to achieve.
So is there a team around you that helps you with all that, or how does that all work?
No, I do it all by myself. Yeah. No, there most definitely is. From in our restaurants, the teams there are amazing. They understand that when we have a big order that comes through, the importance of that looking amazing and getting there on time. I'm going to drop a lovely story about Illy right now, actually. So Illy's an artist that we've fed plenty of times, and he was on tour doing a regional tour and was actually going into a restaurant and picking up the food himself, and some of the guys that work in one of our restaurants were like, oh, such big fans, sold out, and he actually came back with a couple of tickets for them and just like made my heart sing. But you know, that also worked in our restaurants, and they understand why it's so important to get these feeds right from their end as well.
Where do you see it evolving into? So, like, how does Nandos want to tackle the strategy moving forward? I know with live shows are starting to come back, and the event space, the music industry. How do you see it playing out?
Look, we don't dictate what the artist wants. So if it's people in the studio, we'll feed them in the studio. If it's on tour, we'll feed them on tour. Tours are a good one because for the artists, they know what they're getting, and there's consistency. And you know, there's chicken, but we've got veg and vegan options, and we've got salads and everything. So there's enough there to cater for the whole team. And that's the other thing. When we do work with the artists, we don't just think of the artist, it's the whole team. So the whole tech team, whoever's bumping in and out, everyone should be getting fed. There's no us and them about it. You know, they're all a big family when they're on tour. So for us, it's the same thing. It's all about making sure that everyone gets fed.
A little birdie told me there's rumours about a magical card for artists. Is that true or false?
I don't know what you're talking about. First rule of Fight Club is don't talk about Fight Club, right?
Yeah.
But if we were going to talk about something hypothetical, you get some people that get to a point where you just, you know, they're amazing and you want to do more with them and more for them. And when they share your values, you want to see what else you can do. So hypothetically speaking, if we did have a card like that, and hypothetically speaking, artists like Violent Soho maybe might have had access, there would be, again, hypothetically speaking, cases where they might take other bands into a restaurant and give them a feed, and again, that's awesome for us. So I know that they've worked with Wax, for example, and taking them in and giving them a feed, and again, letting that crew spend their money on something else and put it back into the industry is just how we love to work.
If this mythical card is real, I don't know. I wouldn't trust you with it, that's for sure.
I'll be there every day, breakfast, lunch and dinner. Nandos do breakfast, don't they?
Nah,
No?
sorry.
No? Oh, damn.
You'd be knocking on the door, though.
I'll be knocking on the door. I'll be waiting
11
outside.
11 o'clock.
11 o'clock, extra
You just have to
peri-peri salt.
shift your eating hours.
Yeah, maybe. Might have to start fasting.
We'll see how it goes. Well, Kath, thank you so much for jumping on and having
My
a chat with
pleasure.
us.
You know, the things I would